Hello, remember me? 3 years ago, I got a silk press that caused severe heat damage on my 4C natural hair, which led me to getting a big chop, and I could have sworn I'd never go near heat again. But guess what? I'm very stubborn, and I'm getting another silk press today.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no.
For the purpose of this video, there are two things you guys need to know about me. One,
it's just in me to try out new things with my hair. I love seeing the different things that I can achieve with my natural hair.
And secondly, I'm sorry, but I needed closure. Like, I still believe I can get a silk press and my curls will be intact. I have questions, and the answer that I need has to be practical with my hair as the experiment. So, am I setting myself up for disaster, or am I going to get the answers that I need with a good experience? Well, I guess we'll find out. So basically, I want to say there are 5 main steps in the silk press process, and the first one is the washing step. So when she felt my hair, she said my hair felt really good, and probably because I wash my hair pretty often, so every 2 weeks or every week. And prior to this appointment, the last time I washed my hair was 2 weeks before, and I only had a leave-in conditioner in my hair, so she said my hair was not super dirty. But again, the whole process started with a clarifying shampoo. So a clarifying shampoo removes product buildup and residue, because over time you have like oils, butters, leave-ins, gels, and all these things can coat the hair and coat your scalp. So a clarifying shampoo really just makes you start on a clean slate. It has stronger cleansing agents that will break down that buildup as opposed to like a regular shampoo. And so without clarifying the hair first, all the other moisturizing shampoo or conditioners you want to use would not be able to penetrate the hair properly. So it's important to actually use a clarifying shampoo to kind of just create a clean slate, remove any product buildup, any residue, because these residues actually act as some sort of barrier, and so you just want to keep adding more heat to make sure the hair is straight, but what you're really doing is doing heat damage. So again, she started off with a clarifying shampoo. If you notice in the beginning, it wasn't really like lathering up, because yeah, you're trying to get a lot of the dirt out. And then after the clarifying shampoo was done, she followed that up with a moisturizing shampoo. And so the moisturizing shampoo will just help to kind of restore hydration, soften my strands, and just rebalance after the deep cleanse that we've done with the clarifying shampoo. Now, this step might feel like, oh, it's a very regular step. I wash my hair every day, so it's just simple. No, when you're getting a silk press and when you're dealing with heat, especially like when you're using a flat iron, your hair needs to be squeaky clean. I cannot stress this enough. It needs to be squeaky clean, and I love this salon because they take their time when they're washing my hair. This is the second time that I'm in this salon, and it's the same experience as the first time. They took good care of my hair. They didn't rush my washing process, and they really inspect the hair to see if they missed out on any spots on my scalp or even just like on my strands. And if you notice in this video, she didn't just focus on my scalp, she really went in to cleanse the strands of my hair, because that's what we're going to be pressing. So the strands need to be cleansed, need to be product free, no build up, no residue, because any residue on the strands, once you press it, that is just a recipe for disaster. So yeah, and so we really just got talking about my hair, and I told her how I had heat damage from a silk press, and she asked how often I use heat on my hair, and I was like, well, almost every wash day, especially with my blow dryer, because I blow dry my hair. And so she went on to tell me things that could have caused heat damage. Number one, high heat that my hair is not prepped for, so like improper use of tools. So if you're using heat consistently, your hair should be used to the heat. And then she also said the condition of the hair before the silk press, which is why they ask a lot of questions in their salon, because their salon service is customizable to the head of hair that is in front of them. So it's not a one size fit all. And I was like, yeah, clock it, because yes. And so if they notice that the hair is not feeling very hydrated, or the press would not last very long, they would not go ahead and add more heat, because if you notice that it's going to revert quickly and you want it to last longer, then you have to use more heat, and that's not a compromise that they make. I said, yes, clock it because the health of your hair is more important than having the silkiest silk press initially. So she went on to use like a mix of conditioners here. I honestly don't know the products that they use because these are salon brands, and I didn't bother asking honestly. So it's a mix of 2 conditioners that she told me, and she said that this balance of the conditioners would help to optimize moisture, help to repair the lipid barrier of the hair. So I'm guessing like a moisturizing conditioner as well as a balancing conditioner, which will just help to like replenish the hair with a lot of hydration and moisture that has been stripped from the cleansing process of the clarifying shampoo, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm really just using like a good moisturizing conditioner or a balancing conditioner afterwards to kind of reintroduce that hydration and moisturizing, because what we're doing is when we go in and we're going in for the blow drying and the straightening process, you're also stripping the hair of moisture and hydration. So you really want to have like a good foundation of moisture that you can possibly have in the washing process. So at the end of the day, she said that a hair that presses well is hair that you press often, and the outcome of your silk press really just starts with your wash. So the shampoos you use, the conditioners you use, and I asked if you can just use like a regular one, and she said, well, it depends. You know, you need a good clarifying shampoo, you need a good hydrating or moisturizing shampoo to follow up, and even better, maybe like a smoothing shampoo that's specifically made to reduce frizz and replenish hydration moisture back into the hair, because the clarifying shampoo obviously leaves your hair very dry and brittle. So you need something good that can smooth out your strands and help to reduce frizz, which would help your silk press to last longer. It's advised to have like regular washes prior, because that really just ensures that your hair is being replenished with hydration on a regular basis. Okay, so again, she also said that the characteristics of your hair really matter. So if I had like thicker, coarse hair, my hair would probably withstand more heat and manipulation, and hair that is more fine has more potential to be altered by the heat. That's where you get like a distorted or like a loosened curl pattern, right? So I got the conditioner in, sat down for a couple minutes just so that could penetrate my hair, and then I rinsed it off as well. So the service that I got was a wash and a silk press, no treatment. But if you feel like your hair feels fragile or is breaking or it lacks elasticity, you can go for some sort of treatment that they provide, or they would assess your hair and see that your hair needs some treatment. But I didn't need any treatment, so it was just a wash and a silk press. But if you need a treatment, maybe like a protein treatment or whatever, that would usually be another step, but it is not necessarily a compulsory step in a silk press process. Right, so the next step is the blow drying step. Now, she started off on damp hair. Of course, my hair was damp, it wasn't soaking wet, and then she went in with some heat protectant spray. So the heat protectant spray which she used was from Care. It's the Care's Thermal Wonder heat protectant spray, and before that she also went in with a leave-in conditioner. Right, so first things first, she went in to work with sections, divided my hair into tiny sections that were manageable as well, and then went in to detangle gently using a detangling brush. So this just helps like prevent like breakage, right? And the heat protectant she used was just to provide some sort of thermal shield or like thermal protection just before any heat touches my hair. But that is not the only time she used heat protectant. She used heat protectant with every single section while she was detangling, and you will still see other times where she used heat protectant. So I was very sure that the heat protectant being used was not little, like she used it a lot of times. So I was very sure that okay, that's a good use of heat protectant, so I'm sure my hair will be protected, right? So once my hair was fully detangled, she went in again, now with a different detangling brush, and then she went in to start the blow drying process. Now let's get into this blow drying process, because what looking back at the videos that I made, I have studied how this lady really got my blowout or my blow drying process. It made it look like, oh, I just got a silk press already from the blow drying process. So let's get into it. Now the first thing that I noticed, one, the heat was not excessive. She used medium heat because high heat can damage fine strands even before you touch a flat iron. So the heat was very moderate and not too high. And then she used the tension method with a brush. So, and she started off from my roots and then progressed towards the ends of my hair. You can see how gentle she is. And even with the blow dryer, she used a concentrator nozzle. So it wasn't just a regular, and this is Dyson, by the way. Dyson is so good, trust me. She used a concentrator nozzle because it just helps to like focus the airflow, and also helped in reducing frizz, and then protect my strands from too much direct heat as well. Again, we're going in with some heat protectant spray before she goes in to wrap my hair around for the next step. Okay, so she's just prepping my hair basically for the pressing process. So that's another layer of heat protectant. Another thing that I noticed about her technique was the fact that the blow dryer was always in motion, like it was never in one spot at a time, and that helps with preventing heat spots. She kept moving the blow dryer with the brush. So I think like this is called the chase method, I think. So using the brush and then just using the blow dryer to just follow it or like chase it, and just directs the heat downwards. And again, she started from the roots and then progressed towards the end. Honestly, this technique I'm gonna try out for myself and I'll give you guys a review, because my hair was well blow dried, almost like I'd already gotten a silk press just from the blow drying process. And again, with the tension method, she used a detangling brush to follow that through, and then she changed into this brush as well to just like make it more fine and smooth, if that makes sense. So again, the brushes that she used were very gentle on my strands. They didn't feel like they were tugging or pulling my hair strands. It felt very gentle, very soft. I wish I asked more questions, honestly, because now I want to know what brush this is. But unfortunately, I didn't ask these questions. But I'll be going there again, so I will definitely let you guys in. And again, another layer of heat protectants before the next step. Okay, and again, she went in to just like wrap my hair around to kind of preserve, you know, what she's done and the effort and the work that she's put into my strand. Because trust me, for 4C hair or type 4 hair, they can revert really quickly. So like just locking it away in a bantu knot really just helps as well. At the end of the blow drying process, your hair should feel completely dry, because you don't want it damp or wet. You don't need any moisture before the flat iron process, because that can cause like, you know, that sizzling effect, and then it feels like your hair is burning, and that can lead to damage. Again, the hair should feel light, very fluffy, stretched, not stiff, not crunchy, but fluffy. Right, so the next step is the flat ironing step, and in this one we're basically just using a flat iron to like make the hair a lot more sleek, if that makes sense. And so the temperature that she used for me was around 190 degrees Celsius. However, when it got to the perimeter of my hair, so like around my edges from front to the back, she used 170 degrees Celsius. And she said because my hair is thin and fine, I should not go above 170 for the perimeter of my hair, and not more than 190 degrees Celsius for other parts of my hair. So apparently that helps with that's like a safe space to be in terms of the heat and the temperature. So again, she works in small sections to kind of help distribute the heat evenly, and so that you don't have to like keep going over the same area. So I think working in small sections, really tiny sections, helps as well. I had a chat with her about the kind of straighteners that I should use for my kind of hair, so like thin fine hair, and she said ceramic straighteners. Now the thing with ceramic straighteners is, based on my own research, ceramic is better for like fine thin 4C hair because it's a lot more gentle and it gives off even heat, so it would distribute heat more evenly than a titanium straightener, and that will reduce the risk of, you know, like burning your strands as well. So it's less aggressive as compared to a titanium straightener. So let's run it back a little bit to the blow drying process. I don't know if you guys noticed, but this whole process there hasn't been any smoke so far, and if you've watched my previous heat damage video, you know that once you see smoke you need to start asking questions. But so far so good. There was no smoke in the blow drying process, which was good. It was a good sign. But then when we got to the flat ironing step, I started seeing smoke, and then of course I had to ask questions. And when I asked the question, she was like, well, obviously there's going to be a little bit of smoke because of the products that are in your hair. So the heat protectant, that is the smoke that you're seeing, like you're literally seeing your straightener reacting with the heat protectant, something like that, something along those lines was what she said. But I was like, okay, cool. It wasn't alarming, it wasn't in a way that I'll be like, oh, my hair's getting fried, if that makes sense. So I was okay. I was like, okay, I'm gonna trust the process, right? So she went in with a wax stick, and this one again gave off more heat or like more smoke, but again I was really okay with this, to be fair. And then she went in with this tiny straightener to straighten the perimeter of my hair. Now when we got to this step, I looked at my hair and I was just like, wow. Because tell me why I have so much split ends. Oh my goodness. Anyways, so this step now I had to go ahead and get like a trim. She advised to go a lot shorter than I did, but I was like, I'm not ready to have that much cuts, so we went a little bit longer. But I'm due for another trim in around 3 months from this time, so I will definitely be going back to get it shorter and just get rid of all the split ends and make sure that my hair looks healthy. Now, as someone who likes to experiment with her hair, guys, I think the next thing on my bingo card is becoming a straight natural. Hear me out. I had a talk with her, and even though I've been considering this for a while, I think it's something that I would just want to try and see how it goes for like maybe 6 months, right? So she said if I want to be a straight natural, basically wearing my hair straight, straightening it all the time, I would need to have like some sort of bond maintenance routine. So both for like the inside of my hair shaft, things like K18, Amica, The Cure, Olaplex, and she also said L'Oreal has some good products as well. And then deep conditioning mask, reconstructive mask, deep moisturizing mask. She said it's important to kind of have products that would target the inside of my hair shaft as well as the outside, so like moisturizing, reconstructive, bond repairing, bond maintenance, basically all of the good stuff, right? So just because my hair is very much prone to heat damage, but this is something that I'm still exploring. If there's anyone in the comment section who's a straight natural and you have seen results from, you know, like length retention, whatever it is, I'm really looking into it and I want to try it out. I want that to be my next experiment, but let me know what you guys think. We went into style, which is like the last step. I'm basically just going over the hair again with a straightener to just add some curls. I decided to add some curls, but my curls didn't hold up as much as I wanted them to. She ended up going in again, and I was just like, you know what, it's fine, I don't really care for the curls, let's just leave it, because I don't want to get heat damage because I'm looking out for curls. So, and again, fine strands don't have as much structure like thick strands, so the curls would most likely fall more quickly. So I think that is why my hair was not just holding the curls, and which was fine, which was okay. I got the silk press, it's fine, okay. But yeah, this is pretty much the whole process. So wash, condition, blow dry, flat iron, and style, and you should have like good looking silk press. And again, using products that are not going to weigh your hair down, using a light heat protectant that is not, you know, like a heavy oil. There are a lot of factors, to be honest, but I guess we'll find out eventually, like if my hair reverted to like its natural state. But Yeah, that would definitely be my next video. So you definitely want to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell just so that you don't miss it when it uploads or when I upload the video. But yeah, that is pretty much my results, and yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it hasn't been up to 3 hours, I promise you. What? Oh my goodness. So we have a blowout instead of a silk press. Basically, my curls did not hold. She said something about it being because even right from the salon we could see my ends need more trimming, but I told her not to go too short today because I wasn't just ready for it. So she said to come again in 3 months time to get another cut. But I think if I'm being honest with you, I'm actually happy that it's freezing. It tells me that my curls might still be intact, because the previous time that thing stayed straight for days. So this one reverting already, I think I can calm down. I'm not gonna get heat damage, or it won't be as bad if I do. But yeah, we have a blowout. That's what it's giving, because yeah, I actually like the blowout look. But damn, I should have had a silk press right now. I believed in you so much. I believed in you that you could actually like be straight with good technique. But I guess you're just that girl, you know. That's what the back looks like as well. Girl, you will revert. You will revert. This is the consequences of thin hair, fine hair, because what? Definitely going to do an updated video to see how this holds up. Maybe even make it like a vlog again. So this is day 1 of the silk press, and I'm gonna see how it's going to like hold up throughout this week, and maybe if I extend it to 2 weeks, see how it holds up. Basically, if it gets up to like 2 weeks, well, yeah. And then I'm also going to go ahead and do a video of the reverting process. So if it's going to revert back to my curly hair, and we'll see how that would turn out. But I'm so out of words or lost for words, because on one hand I am happy that it is like there's some sort of freeze going on, so I'm a bit relaxed because I know that my curls might still be in there some way. And secondly, I am a little bit disappointed that my hair could not just, you know, not be silky for at least 24 hours. But not a problem. I will keep you guys updated. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss my next upload. But there will definitely be an update, so you want to stick around to see that. But yeah, like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you are new to the channel, comment down below your thoughts, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye my loves. Mwah.